Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jenny. Good morning, Vicky. Hi. And Maureen, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. So, missed you. So, how's everybody doing this morning? On this glorious morning with the sun shining. It's getting chilly outside. Starting to have to wear my big heavy winter coat because I am not a person that handles cold well. But as long as I have that jacket, I will make it through the winter. That thing is like Arctic gear, ready for like 80 below. So, and coffee. So I hope everybody's doing well, getting ready for the weekend. I was sitting here, my mind was everywhere, all over the place, even while I was shuffling cards, and I had to remind myself, oh yeah, it's time to shift gears. So I love my job, but it's been super busy, been doing a lot of changes, a lot of learning of stuff that I've taken on myself. And it's not, when you get that involved in life, it's so easy to forget to shift gears. And even doing something like this, when you do it long enough, sometimes it just becomes habit, rote. It loses some of its power because we're so used to it. So this is one of those things where I think this weekend especially, I'm going to take a step back as far as, the habit is good because it does make me breathe. I listen to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean. And it still makes me breathe and all that wonderful stuff. But sometimes, though, we need to, rededicate ourselves to something. Say, oh yeah. And just a reminder of just what it is for and how it's like a relationship. Sometimes we have to rededicate ourselves to a relationship, right? Even with a pet, it's taking things for granted, even taking something like this for granted. So that's going to be on my mind today. So listening to the cards like they're the sounds of the ocean, feet flat on the floor, butt doing the kitty dance, getting nice and comfortable, checking in with the shoulders and the chest to take that breath, and the neck. And that way, if anybody's seen this, we know that we've covered all 4 elements at the same time. And it's our chance to check in with the universe, see if we're taking anything for granted, see if there's any angers or resentments that would normally might cause us to react. If we look at it during our meditation or breathing, then if it pops up during the day, then hopefully we'll just say, I recognized I was going to sit there and not handle this well today, but I'm just going to go take a breath. So that's our point. And when we're a little bit more calm, then our vibrations are a little more calm, and we don't even realize it, but we're affecting the vibrations of other people around us. Some days, it's the only good thing we can do is just not do anything. If you're not sure what to do, do nothing. Somebody said that. So, but what am I going to do again? I'm going to make, our 3 stacks. Each one a different thread going out to the universe, each one a different thought or idea. And if we believe in the multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path, because this stack is a conversation that's going to lead down one direction. This conversation is a different path, and it'll be totally different than where we will go with this one, which I'm going to choose today, the center, which I like to think of as things that are, that I like to think of as right at the heart, what's right at the center. And I'm going to do our 3 and 1. But I think that's what it is. I think it's the key is not taking things like this for granted. I just needed to find the right words for it. So flipping each card over one at a time like I'm reading the pages of a book. And our first card is the Emperor. So, and today I'm using the Oak, Ash, and Thorn. And actually I was thinking about you also today, Jenny, because some of the cards, you know, like the World card, it's a really nice, animal scene, but the person is just, it looks like almost like a Christmas bulb hanging from a string, and it's the World. And it's like she's giving it to a baby. But you can tell that it's the World because it reflects it. So I was just thinking about you. But we have the Emperor here who's got his staff, which is nice and straight. And what is the Emperor? I always call this the adulting card. This is when we have to take care of things, make sure things happen. You know, sometimes we're tired, sometimes we don't feel like it, but as the Emperor, you know, it's one of those things that says, well, today we just have to do the adulting and we need to get it done. So that's the main focus here, especially since that is a major. And the minors are our day-to-day cards. So let's see what the next card is. And it is the Five of Swords. So fives are always a challenge. Fives are that from 1 to 10, 5 is always that hill. We get at 4, you know, and somebody throws a wrench in, it's like 5. Am I going to make it over the hill? Am I going to make it? So fives are always that struggle. And swords are our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxieties. Now, this is reversed. So this is a recognition that as the Emperor, we get a lot of things on our mind. We have things that we have to do. We have things that we fall behind on. We have things that are coming up. All these things kind of weigh on us with our adulting card. You know, we have to pay for this car, or we have to pay for the, it breaks down. We have to pay for that. Where are we going to get that extra money from? So these are just life's day-to-day things that go through our head. And with the Five of Swords reversed, it means we recognize, you know, that sense that we have. You know, when you have four swords, like 4 legs on a table, and you're the Emperor, that's stability, and that's how we want the kingdom. But something always throws a wrench in there. We realize we need to reroute the house, or just as simple as that we need to, you know, get up and go to work. But Five of Swords reverse is what we're doing now. We're recognizing our feelings. We're recognizing the things that we need to do today. Let's see the next card. And it's the Four of Pentacles. So 4s are, like I said, 4 legs on a table. And with the Pentacles are home, health, finances, all those things that help keep us grounded. So cool, just remind me that a young buck leapt out in front of me while driving near downtown Hagerstown yesterday. A spirit animal reminding us of something. So when we have the Four of Pentacles, if you look at the Pamela Coleman Smith card, she's got somebody being super conservative, holding their coin, holding it in, because sometimes some things, you know, like for example, 4 cups. Cups are the element of water and they want to flow. 4 coins, it is about stability. So we still have the advice card to go by, but with the Emperor and the things that sometimes distract us, the things with the Five of Swords that kind of get to us, the reason why we don't even want to walk out the door. Sometimes we just need to find a stable base. We sometimes need to just put our feet flat on the floor and get our heads out of the air, because swords are the element of air, coins are the element of earth. But let's see the advice card. And it is the High Priestess. Okay, so we have two trumps majors today. We have the Emperor and we have the High Priestess. And what is the High Priestess? The High Priestess is that voice that's inside of our head. As you look at this bird right here, she's got a little scroll there. That's because she has knowledge that if we only stop and listen, we'll hear that knowledge. She has secrets. If we only pay attention and listen, we'll hear those secrets. But in the center here is that Five of Swords. And it's hard to slow our brains down. It's hard to, to get past the yeah buts and the if onlys. When we wake up in the morning, it's like, oh man, and I got to do this. And somebody can say to you, yeah, but you don't understand my situation. So this is about getting past the yeah buts and if onlys. The Emperor is going to take stock of what they have. And the advice card here is saying we need to slow down long enough to not listen to that negative side of ourselves, to listen to what the High Priestess has to say. Those words where we come back later and say, oh, I knew it, I should have listened. Or what was I thinking? It's because the Five of Swords gets in our way. But we can move past that to the Four of Coins, which this is about being very grounded. It's about saying, okay, this is what I need to do. This is about, these things are on my list. And I need to not listen to that fifth sword that comes in when things are stable. I need to listen to that voice in the back of my head that says, you can't do it all today. What can we do? That says, you are the Emperor. What is the important thing that needs to happen today? And today's about stopping long enough. I don't have 10 minutes. Okay, take 5. And then listening to that voice in the back of your head. So I know for me, yesterday, I was making every mistake you can imagine. It's one of those days where you're working with people, and normally I can say I'm really good at my job. But not only did I mess up the first email and have to come back and say, oh, I screwed up, but then somebody pointed out something in the second email that was very basic. And that just threw that extra sword in there. And so what this is reminding me today is that I need to take the extra 5 minutes. I need to be grounded. I need to not rush. And before I send an email, I'm going to be listening like you wouldn't believe. So, with that, I hope everybody has that amazing weekend. Or the amazing evening here. Or if you can't have an amazing evening or weekend, I hope that just know that we're thinking about you. With that, take care. And I will see everybody on Monday. Take care. Bye.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand, whispers of fate, echoes of dreams in the dark slate. Stars in the sky, flip the cards.